Eleanor Burke Leacock was an anthropologist and social theorist who made major contributions to the study of egalitarian societies, the de-evolution of the status of women in society, Algonkian ethnohistory, historical materialism, and the feminist movement. Leacock was born in 1922 in New Jersey. Her mother Lily was a mathematician and her father was the literary critic, philosopher, and writer Kenneth Burke. Leacock did her undergraduate work at Barnard College and Radcliffe College and completed her graduate training at Columbia University. She married filmmaker Richard Leacock in 1941. They had 4 children. The marriage broke up in 1962. Her second husband was civil rights and union activist James Horton. Her doctoral work, advised by William Duncan Strong and Jean Weltfish, comprised ethnohistorical research and fieldwork in Labrador among the Montagnais-Naskapi people. Her interviews and research found against the normative view proposed by ethnographers Frank Speck and Lauren Isley, that Montagnais-Naskapi had traditionally observed private land tenure practices, and demonstrated instead that attitudes and practices regarding land had been transformed by colonial contact and the fur trade. She was at Bank Street College of Education as Senior Research Associate 1958 to 1965, and at Polytechnic Institute of Brooklyn in the Social Sciences Department 1963 to 1972. She struggled to get a full-time job during the 1950s due to her outspoken political views. She taught as an adjunct for decades before being appointed, in 1972, professor and chair of anthropology at City College and graduate faculty of City University of New York. Although highly qualified, Leacock credited her CCNY appointment to the rise of the women's movement and social pressure felt by City College to diversify its faculty. Her appointment coincided with the publication of her celebrated introduction to Frederick Engels' The Origins of the Family, Private Property and the State. In that introduction, she cited contemporary research to further explicate Engels' theory that the historic defeat of the female sex and subjugation of women began with the stratification of society, the widespread practice of private property, and the emergence of a state. One of Leacock's most fruitful contributions to the field of anthropology was her essay entitled Interpreting the Origins of Gender Inequality, Conceptual and Historical Problems, in which discusses gender inequalities. Leacock died in 1987 in Hawaii. Works: The Montagnais Hunting Territory and the Fur Trade. Teaching and Learning in City Schools, A Comparative Study. Editor: A Culture of Poverty. Critique. Editor: Then Recent Edition. Morgan. Ancient Society. Editor: Then Recent Edition. Engels. Origin of the Family, Private Property and the State. Editor with Nancy Lowry. North American Indians in Historical Perspective. Author. Essay: Women's Status in Egalitarian Society, Implications for Social Evolution in Current Anthropology, Volume 33, No. 1, Sup. Inquiry and Debate in the Human Sciences. Contributions from Current Anthropology, 1960 to 1990, p. 225 ff. Submitted in final form September 10, 1977, and based on paper originally given at Annual Meeting, American Anthropological Association.